This is review for your normal distribution test that you'll have on Friday. You've got 4 graphs, and I've got some questions here that apply to each one of the graphs. Which of the following graphs has the smallest standard deviation? Remember, we talked about this in class. The smaller the standard deviation means the smaller the whole graph is going to be. So for this one to be the smallest standard deviation, I'm looking at graph 1 because it's closer, okay? Which of the following graphs has the largest standard deviation? Which one is spread out more? This one, number 4, is spread out more, so that has the largest standard deviation. Next question, which of the following graphs has the largest mean? So you're looking at, excuse me, you're looking at the value that has the largest mean. So when you're looking here, that's about middle of my graph. This is below that one, so that has a smaller mean. This one is probably about in the middle like that one is. This one is up to the right, so this one has the largest mean value. Remember, mean is the middle, so that's larger. That's farther up here than any of these. And then the last one that I have here, which of the following graphs has the, and I think that's a typo, so let's change that to smallest mean. All right, so according to what we did on the largest mean, if we have the smallest mean, the one farthest to the left, so it looks like graph 3 is going to have the smallest mean. So of all 4 of those graphs, you can say something that's special about each one of those. When you're looking at this particular representation of your standard deviation graph, we're going to look at the percentages. For this one, what percent of the area is represented by the section A? Okay, this is 1 standard to 3. So A is below the 3 standard deviations. That's minus 3 standard deviations. So that's going to be 0.15%. What percent of the area is represented by section B? So this is between -2 standard deviations and -3. So that one's going to be 2.5%. All right. What percent of the area is represented by section C? This is between -1 and -2 standard deviations, so that one's going to be our 13.5. Section D is going to be 34. E is 34. And then we keep going because remember, it is symmetrical. So that means that it matches up on both sides of our graph. All right. So all of these questions just follow which ones, what's the area, what's the percentage under each area. Normally distributed data with the set, mean set. When we're looking at our standard deviation, we have our nice little line graph. And sorry about my curve. My curve's not going to be very pretty. Okay. So normally distributed. And if this is my mean, maybe I can fix this so that it does look a little bit more standard. There we go. Okay, it has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 0.5. So this would be 0.5. This would be 1. And this would be 1.5. This would be -0.5, -1, and -1.5. And what I'm asking for is between 1 and -1. So I'm actually looking at -2 standard deviations to +2 standard deviations. And 2 standard deviations is 95%. Company observes the lifespan. Important, that's my number. If it follows a normal distribution, what's the proper number of light bulbs that will fall within 2 standard deviations? We just did that. 2 standard deviations is 95%. Okay, so if we're going to look at multiplying so that we can figure out exactly how many, we're going to take 0.95 and we're going to multiply it times 560. And when we do that, we get 532. We have 800 times a day. How many times does it dispense? fall within 3 standard deviations. 3 standard deviations is 99.7%. So we move it 2 decimals over, so 0.997 times 800. And that gives us 797.6. So we would round that up to 798. You've seen those last two on your quiz, so hopefully you remember those. Average number of home runs hit by a baseball player during a season. And if we look at this, the mean is 12. And you have a standard deviation of 6. So you would add 6 to 12 to get 18. Plus 6 would give you 24. Plus 6 more would give you 30. 12 minus 6 is going to give you 6, 0, and negative 6. Okay, so this is my mean. This is my plus 1. This is my plus 2, plus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 standard deviations. Okay. How many players will hit more than 21 home runs? So look, that's not on my list. So I have to use my formula for my z-score. All right. So my z-score formula is z is equal to x minus mu divided by standard deviation. 21 is my x. So 21 minus 12 divided by 6. 21 minus 12 is going to give me 9. 9 divided by 6 gives me this nice little decimal of 1.5. Okay, then you're going to go to your table and you're going to read your standard z table. And this is more than. The table gives me less than. So I go down my table and I look for 1.5. That's going to give me 0.9332. So I'm going to subtract that from 1. And that gives me 0.0668. And then I multiply that times 800 to get my number. So approximately 53 home runs. Okay? 53 batters will hit more than 21 home runs next season. Girls basketball team averages 45 points per game. So I've got 45 with a standard deviation of 5. So that's 50, 55, and 60. Then I go down, so that's 40, 35, and 30. Okay, and I want to know 52 points. Okay, so again, I need to go back and I need to find my z-score for it. So I'm going to say 52 minus 45 divided by 5. 7 divided by 5. And that gives me 1.4. So I look at 1.4, my standard deviation curve. And that's going to give me 0.9192. And I want to know what's the probability that they will score more than. So just like my previous one, if it's more than, I'm going to subtract that from 1. And that gives me 0.0801, excuse me, 0808, sorry. So if I move that over 2 decimal places, that's going to give me 0.081. Okay. Boys, pretty much the same thing that we did on the last one. We're looking at our percentages. Okay, so we're looking between 1 and 2%. So I'm going to show you how to do this one on the calculator. Remember, on our calculator, we go to second, bars, second, bars, 2. and it said that the average was 52, the standard deviation was 7. The probability that the boys will score between negative 1.2 and 2.0 standard deviations. So we need to know what those numbers are with respect. So we've got a negative 1.2 is equal to x minus 52 over 7. We multiply negative 1.2 times 7. That's a negative 8.4, and then we add 52 to both sides. That's going to give us our x value here, so that's 43.6. That's our low. Our high one is going to be 2x minus 52 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 52. That gives us 66 for our upper bound. Okay? So in our calculator, our lower bound is going to be 43.6. In our upper bound, it's going to be 66. We said that our mean was 52 points per game, and our standard deviation was 7. So we're looking to see what percentage that is going to be. So if we round here to 3 decimal places, it's going to be 0.862. So 0.862. And we did that one in our calculator. Average temperature in Montana is 27 with a standard deviation of 7. Tomorrow's temperature will be between negative 1.8 and 2.1 standard deviation. So again, we've got to find out what our point values are. So we're going to do x minus 27 over 7, negative 1.8 times 7 plus 27. That gives us an x value of 14.4 degrees. That's our bottom number. Over here, 2.1, x minus 27 over 7. So 2.1 times 7 is going to give us 14.7 plus 27. That's going to give us a 41.7. So those are our numbers that we're going to plug into our calculator. Second bars 2. The lower bound we said was 14.4. The upper bound was 41.7. Our mean was 27 degrees, and our standard deviation was 7. So the average temperature, if we look at this one, 0.9462. 0.9462. If I make it into a percent, move my decimal 2 places. So 94.6% for tomorrow's temperature between negative 1.8 and 2.1 standard deviations. The average female blood pressure is 125, standard deviation of 10. The current blood pressure is 118. What's the z-score? You're plugging this right into your z-score. Oh, my color changed on me all of a sudden. Okay, so 118 minus 125 gives me a negative 7 divided by 10. Gives me a negative 0.7. All right. Next one. This one's a little harder because you're comparing two things. Seattle's average temperature is 63 degrees with a standard deviation of 10. Today's temperature is 69 degrees. In Boston, the average temperature is 74 degrees with a standard deviation of 15. Today's temperature is 83. Which city has a higher temperature when compared to the normal? Okay, so I'm going to pause it on this one, and when we come back, I'll add the last 2 or 3 questions, and then you'll be done with it.